Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to go through the steps on how to add a transparent PNG to an object in Blender while also having a color beneath it, and how to apply a blend mode to the graphic. It was a little tricky. This model is available in my shop. I'll post a link in the description. Let's get into it. I do want to note that I am using the Cycles render engine. And with the bottom selected, where I'm going to be adding the label, let's go to the Material tab, click the plus sign to add new, and click New to add a principled shader. Under Base Color, click on the yellow dot and find Image Texture. Let's open up our Transparent PNG decal we're adding. And we can rename our material to Label. And I am on the viewport for shading. I'm going to turn that off temporarily. Let's select the edge where we're going to want the seam to be for the UV. And go to Edge, Mark Seam. And now with face selection, let's select the faces. And go to UV Unwrap. And while that's selected, let's click the Assign button over here on the right. Next, let's go to the UV Editing tab up here at the top. And the image dropdown, select the decal. I'm going to want this UV wrap to be rectangular as opposed to this currently warped shape. So I'm going to find one of the most rectangular pieces, and in the top left, let's get vertex selection. And let's select two of the side vertices. And we're going to do scale X0, enter. On the right two, scale X0, enter. On the top two vertices, let's do scale Y0, enter. And on the bottom, select those two and scale Y0, enter. So now we have a squared rectangle with face selection. Select that face. And over here on the right, let's go to UV, follow active quads. And the default value is fine. Click OK. And now I can select everything. And I need to rotate it 90 and scale. And over here in the right, we can see that it's repeating. I would like it to clip in this instance. So that means I'm going to need to find where I can see the decal. And now you'll notice that the background is very dark. I would like for it to be closer to white. So we're going to need to go over to the Shading tab here at the top. And we want to select Use Nodes. And this is where we're going to need to do some rearranging. So I'm going to move this Material Output node. And let's do Shift A to search for, or go to Shader, Mix Shader. And let's drop that between Material Output and the Principled Shader. Now I'm going to move the image texture between the shader and the Principled. And we need the color to route to the bottom shader. And we want the alpha channel to connect to the Mix Shader factor. And remove this base color node. And now I can just click on the base color and change that to whatever color. I'm going to make it sort of a cream color. So now the transparent ping and the color are looking great. However, when I render it, the label looks very flat. And I want the label to blend a bit more, kind of like in Photoshop where you have blend modes. So what I'm going to need to add next is with Shift A, let's add a color mix RGB. And now we're going to select the color node map it to color 1, and the alpha is also going to connect to this factor. And here on mix, we can select the blend mode. So in my case, I think multiply would look nice. And let's make sure color is connected to this shader. And you can see how if I change the blend mode, that it is in fact working. And if I go back to the modeling tab, you can see that over here on the right under materials, that shader is right here, and I can drop down the arrow and change that blend mode from here. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please like the video and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Take care.